Good evening. Thank you for joining us this evening for the 85th annual meeting. I have a few housekeeping items to cover before we start the meeting. If you are viewing this meeting online and have any technical issues or are not able to view the full meeting tonight, please check our website at the end of this week to watch. The Facebook Live option is solely for viewing tonight. Member comment and participation will only be possible with those members attending in person here at the Cloquet Senior High, also at the Floodwood Event Center, and those of our members at the Moose Lake office. We would like to say thank you to KY Interpreting Services for joining us again this year and providing a sign language interpreter for our earlier seminar, and now the meeting. Thank you to Kathleen and Janae for interpreting this meeting. We ask that you silence your cell phones and now begin the 85th annual meeting of Northwoods Credit Union.
Good evening. I'm Jeff Fletcher, current chair of the board of directors. It's my privilege to call the 85th meeting of Northwoods Credit Union to order. Membership meetings are for the purpose of giving us, as members, the opportunity to speak up, to voice our opinions, and to help determine what is good for strengthening and developing our credit union. In that spirit, we invite all of you to participate in the proceedings this evening. Special welcome to those watching in Floodwood, Moose Lake, and on the Facebook Live page. We are glad that you were able to join us from those locations or on Facebook. Our board secretary, Christine Rinkat, and our president, CEO, Doug Wolf, are not able to be with us tonight. That means things will look a little bit different than usual, and I will be doing some speaking during the parts that they typically might participate in. At this point in the meeting, we would typically call upon Board Secretary Christine to verify proof of meeting notice was sent to all members in accordance with our bylaws. In her absence, I will ask Kate Mason, our marketing director, to verify that the meeting notice was mailed to all members on record, stating that the 85th annual meeting of Northwoods Credit Union was to be held on Tuesday, May 17th at 7 p.m. at Cloquet High School, our Moose Lake office, and the Floodwood Event Center. Kate, was the meeting notice sent as required by our bylaws?
The meeting notice was sent.
She indicates the meeting notice was sent. Thank you. The next item is roll call. Roll call for Board of Directors and Supervisory Committee members. Chairperson Jeff Fletcher, present. Vice President, or Vice Chair Larry Chapeau.
Here.
Secretary Christine Ringat, excused. Treasurer Casey Olson.
Here.
Director Lisa Follett-Pollack. Director Debbie Larson.
Here.
Director Nate Manor is present and attending the meeting in Floodwood. Supervisory Committee, Vicky Ratke. Dakota Koski. Brenda Allen.
Here.
Thank you all. Larry, have you established that a quorum is present this evening?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there are 98 members in attendance. A quorum has been established. This is a legal meeting.
98 members present, a quorum has been established. This is a legal meeting. The next item before us is approving the minutes of our last annual meeting. The minutes of that annual meeting of membership can be found on page 3 and 4 of your annual meeting booklet. Those minutes were reviewed and found to be an accurate account of the meeting of the Board of Directors in April 2021. Any additions or corrections to be made? Seeing no one wanting to make changes or corrections, they are hereby accepted as they have been printed. At this point in the meeting, I will provide you a brief verbal update of the board. Please note that my written report is on the cover of the annual meeting report. First, let me say it's great to hold our meeting in person. For the first time, it's also simultaneously being cast into locations on Facebook, Moose Lake, and Floodwood. Special thanks to our marketing department and Kate Mason and Steve McConnell and the technology department for making that all possible. Also, special thanks to all the staff who joined us and are helping out tonight. The formal reports of the board of directors, the president, CEO, and the supervisory committee can all be found in the annual meeting booklet that was distributed, and it is also found on the board of directors page of the credit union's website. I also want to point out a few other items in our annual report. On the bottom of page 6 of the report, you will see that the credit union, along with our employees, contributed over $75,000 to more than 75 local organizations and individuals. The board of directors is very proud of the donations that the credit union and the credit union employees make. Moving across the page to page 7, you will see that Amber Tolbeck, a loan officer in Moose Lake, was recognized as our Spice Values Employee of the Year. Spice is based on 5 core values: servant mentality, progressive thinking, integrity, compassion, and empathy. Please join me in congratulating Amber for being our 2021 Employee of the Year. Last night at our monthly board meeting, the board of directors approved submitting a formal request to the Minnesota Department of Commerce to seek approval for the remodel of the Stanley Avenue building to better meet the needs of our members, our employees, and our lending staff that work at the site. So we're moving forward. The working relationship of the board, supervisory committee, and the management team has never been better. There is transparency throughout. As Gopher football head coach PJ Fleck might say, we are rowing the boat in the same direction towards the same goals. Our CEO, Doug Wolf, and his team keep the board well informed and educated on matters of importance, and the supervisory committee is active with regular reports made to the board. Financially, 2021 was a good year all around. Despite the continued difficulties of the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw strong growth in assets, loans, and shares. Profitability was also very good. On behalf of the board, I want to thank Doug, the management team, and the entire staff for their hard work and dedication to the credit union, and their commitment not only to providing great services to our members, but also their compassion to help improve the financial well-being of our members. This past January, Ann Donansky, our longest tenured director and former board chair, decided to step down from the board. Ann served on the board continuously since May of 2003. And was instrumental in the credit union's success. Ann is not with us tonight, but let's give her a round of applause anyway. While we cannot replace Ann's experience with the credit union, we're very fortunate to have Casey Olson from the supervisory committee willing to be appointed to the board to fill Ann's seat. In February, Nick Siltonen notified the board that due to other personal commitments, he was resigning from the supervisory committee. Nick was a longtime member of the supervisory committee and served as its chair for many years. Nick's service to the credit union has been of great value, and his experience will be missed. Nick, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service, Nick. With Casey moving on to the board of directors and Nick Siltman resigning, this left 2 vacancies on the supervisory committee. I am pleased to announce the board has appointed 2 individuals to fill out the supervisory committee, Brenda Allenan and Dakota Koski. Brenda retired from the Northwoods Credit Union a couple years ago as a member services supervisor, and Dakota is a former board member. We are pleased that they are willing to step up and serve our credit union again. I want to thank all the board members for their tireless, devoted, and dedicated service to the credit union. It makes my job as a board chair much easier working with these knowledgeable and dedicated individuals. I also want to thank Vicky Radke for stepping up in 2021 to become the chair of our supervisory committee. Her financial and audit background is doing a great job leading the committee, and she is ensuring that all the proper internal controls are in place. Finally, I want to thank all you, our members, for supporting the credit union. We all serve to ensure your interests as a whole are considered in all decisions, and that we are providing needed services at reasonable costs. After all, that is what a financial cooperative is supposed to do. In conclusion, turn to the back of your annual report. I just want to point out our mission, vision, and core values. Our mission is to be a trusted financial partner for our members. Our vision is to build a lifelong relationship with you, one member at a time. And as I mentioned earlier, our core values, servant mentality, progressive thinking, integrity, compassion, and empathy. That concludes my report. Are there any questions? Kate, anything from Floodwood or Moose Lake?
No.
Seeing no questions, we'll move on. Typically, the next step would be a report from the President CEO given by Doug Wolf. As I stated earlier, you will find his written report on page 2 of the annual report. I did include a few of Doug's expected verbal comments in my own earlier report to you. Any questions or comments on the written report of the CEO President? Hearing none, we will move on to the report of the Supervisory Committee. Vicki, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Hello, everyone. The Supervisory Committee's written report can be found in the meeting booklet and on the Board of Directors page of the Credit Union's website. The Supervisory Committee's primary responsibility is ensuring the credit union is operating within all the board's policies, within applicable laws and regulations, and in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. To assist the committee in its duties in 2021, the committee engaged RSM, a certified public accounting firm, to perform an opinion audit and verification of members' accounts. RSM issued an unqualified, clean opinion on the financial statements as of June 30th, 2021. For 2022, the committee has engaged the firm Clifton Larson Allen to conduct our opinion audit as of September 30th, 2022. The committee also engaged Tottenham and Associates to conduct monthly internal controls and compliance checks. In addition, the committee conducts various internal control checks and verifications. I'm pleased to report that all the above reviews did not reveal any material concerns. As we previously noted, Casey Olson was appointed to the board in January 2022, and Nick, thank you again. Siltman resigned from the supervisory committee in February of 2022. I want to personally thank them both for their service on the committee, and I look forward to working with the newly appointed supervisory committee members, Brenda Alleman and Dakota Koski. In closing, I wish to thank the board, the management team, and the staff for their cooperation and assistance throughout 2021. Mr. Chairman, this concludes the report of the supervisory committee.
Thank you, Vicki. Are there any questions regarding the supervisory committee report? The report has been received and will be part of the minutes of the meeting. Is there any unfinished business from the floor? At this point in time, that takes us to new business, and that is where, in the past, President CEO Doug Wolf would have led the discussion on board and committee compensation rates. In Doug's absence, I will lead us through that discussion. Each year, one of the items that has to occur at the annual meeting is setting of the pay rate for board and committee compensation. The current rate of pay is $21 per hour. That has not changed since the 2015 annual meeting. Is there any discussion on the floor regarding that pay rate? Yes?
How does that compare to the other credit unions throughout our state?
Any staff members know that answer? I honestly do not know how we compare. That's certainly not something that we look at as committee members or board members. We're looking at how we rate our employees in their pay so we can maintain our good staff.
I think that would be important information as we talk about that and decide how
Sure.
to compensate for it. They should be properly compensated so that we continue to have good, strong leaders on our board.
Yes. That's something we will look at and see if we can find that information for next year. Thank you for that comment. Any other comments? At this point, I will entertain a motion to set the board and committee compensation effective the end of this meeting until the end of the 2023 annual meeting of the members of Northwoods Credit Union. Is there a motion?
So,
Name, please.
Jim Linus?
Okay. Motion by Jim. Did you guys get that?
What rate are you saying?
21.
You did give it 21.
Excuse me, ma'am. Your motion, sir, is $21 per hour, maintain the same. Okay. Is there support?
I'll second it.
And your name?
Cheryl Kelly.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the motion and the support? All in favor of maintaining the current pay rate at $21 per hour for the board and committee, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion is carried. Thank you. Is there any other new business here in Cloquet? Any new business from Moose Lake or Floodwood that we are aware of? Okay, thank you. Hearing no other new business, we are now ready to proceed to the election process. Larry, I'm going to leave this one up to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our elections this evening. There are 2 seats up for election in 2022 to serve 3-year terms and one midterm seat up for election. The three incumbents were placed into nomination by the nominating committee, and there were no other nominations from the committee, nor were there any nominations by petition. Given there are only three nominees for the three board of director seats up for election, I declare by acclamation the election of Jeffrey Kletcher, Lisa Pollack to 3-year terms on the board of directors. I also declare the election of Casey Olson to complete the unexpired seat. Please join me in congratulating Jeff, Lisa, and Casey. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. And on behalf of the board, we thank you for the confidence that you place in us. We really are doing a great job, in my opinion, as a board of directors. And we are a great group of people working very hard on your behalf for Northwoods Credit Union. Is there any other business to be brought forward? Yes, sir.
I have a question on operating expenses. Why are 2021 operating expenses $1.3 million more than 2020? It seems like an extreme amount.
Construction could be one of the reasons.
That is the reason, or?
Matt, you got any, off the top of your head, any good answer for me?
Hi, my name is Matt Farron. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Northwoods Credit Union. There were a number of reasons why expenses were higher. We've hired quite a few people as we've expanded our operations. So headcount is part of it. And also as part of that is insurance and costs and everything else, especially being through the pandemic. Construction is also part of it. As we've gone through the planning for facility remodels, we did Avenue B, we had some in Floodwood. We also had the Stanley process as continued this year. So there were expenses for construction. There were other related expenses for IT and security and things like that that related to the county. So those were the primary reasons. We all know that things have changed, and things have changed quite a bit for the credit union, especially last year and going forward.
So, not sure what those in Floodwood and Moose Lake heard, but we heard about an increasing number of employees, increasing costs of operation, upgrades in technology, some building projects, and various other things to keep us moving forward. Obviously, insurance goes up, other operating costs go up. So, as you grow your number of employees, costs definitely do increase. So, and insurance costs, I know, went up a fair share. So, those things add up, unfortunately. Any other questions?
Can you explain to everybody about that $2 million loss we had, how much we've been able to recover of that?
So we had the fraud that occurred, and we received $1 million in an insurance payment. And within the past, I'll say month, it was booked in April, we received $290,000 approximately from Hong Kong. Yes, sir.
Sorry, that was $900,000 we recovered from home.
Okay, 900,000 recovered, and we are hoping to recover about $85,000 to $95,000 in another court case that is pending. We are at the mercy of the Hong Kong court system. Complicates life tremendously to have attorneys hired over there, and they do not, from what we have learned, deal well with COVID. So the courts have certainly had their challenges over there, but we have been extremely well represented by our legal team over in Hong Kong. Other questions? Okay, hearing none, no other business before the membership, I declare the 85th annual meeting of Northwoods Credit Union adjourned. Now on to the door prizes. Kate will be leading us in the door prizes. Kate, you're up here.
Thank you for attending our 2022 annual meeting. All attending the meeting on location here, Moose Lake and Floodwood, have been added to the drawing basket here in Cloquet. There are 11 cash prizes this evening, including one $100 prize, two $75 cash prizes, three $50, and five $25. These prize amounts will be directly deposited to your account tomorrow. Employees, board, and supervisory members are not permitted to enter. And after we have concluded these drawings, please sit tight while we raffle off a couple of Northwoods items at each location. So Crystal is going to have our board members choose a name. So we're going to start with the $100 prize, so everyone has a chance to win. And the winner of $100 is Lyle Tekkanen. Is Lyle here? Oh, congratulations. One of two $75 prizes goes to Donna Perkins. Is Donna here? Oh, I think she might be one of our Floodwood members. So, thank you. The second $75 prize goes to Lois. It starts with Drozich. Sorry about that.
He's over here.
He's over here. Congratulations, Lois. The first of our three $50 winners is James Ninus. Yay! Congratulations. $50 to Nick Siltonen. Congratulations. And the last of the $50 prizes goes to Ron Anderson. So 5 $25 prizes. First winner is John Smakowski. Congratulations, John. Next up is Jim Simonovich. Jim here. Another Floodwood. Great. All right. Next $25 winner is Chris Perkio. Congratulations, Chris. We have two $25 prizes left. Next up is Debbie Bellafuel. Congratulations, Debbie. And our last prize, cash prize, is Emmett Siltonen. It's a lucky Siltonen family tonight. All right, congratulations to all this evening's prize winners. Tomorrow we'll verify cash prize winners and deposit funds in your regular shares. Again, thank you all for attending the 85th annual meeting of Northwoods Credit Union. If you logged on late to our Facebook Live or had any audio or video issues, please check our website later this week to view a recording of the message. Have a wonderful evening. And for those of you attending this meeting here at CHS down at Moose Lake or Floodwood, please pull out your blue raffle sticker.